About the kids in cages, I'm kind of lost on how to handle this. Many of these kids are being trafficked by coyotes and need a place to stay as well as families. How do we handle it? No, it's awful. It's an awful situation all around. You're absolutely, it is awful. I mean, in some cases, maybe the kids in cages are better than the coyotes. I mean, it's so awful to say. It's such a horrible situation. Are some of those kids that are trying to sneak around, did they get snatched up and put into sex trafficking? Yeah, it's the whole situation is awful. So one of the ways to handle it is to, first of all, stop sanctioning all these Central American countries like Venezuela. Stop creating all this economic despair that forces people to want to leave their homes. There's that right there. There's that. Decriminalize drugs in this country and treat it as a health issue rather than a criminal issue. And the conservative will listen to that and go, oh, Gramps, we just want to let people shoot heroin and steal and do whatever they want, and we just give them a lollipop. No, if you commit an act of violence, that's still a felony. Breaking and entering is a felony. You know, armed robbery, felony, assault, those are all felonies. But you don't need to then add just buying and selling drugs or using drugs as part of that. If we got it, because drug addicts will tell you they don't care. Any recovered drug addict or even active drug addict will say they're going to do whatever. They don't care what the laws. They don't care. So it's the putting people, the war on drugs has failed. We've lost that war. We need to treat it differently, not as a war. Plus, if we went to a more socialist society that had a real safety net and people had free health care, and part of that healthcare was mental health. Part of that free healthcare was drug and alcohol treatment. And you gave people free college, and free college and free healthcare, by the way, has been in Western Europe for 70 years. And you implement a Green New Deal that actually puts people to work, giving people decent jobs. So you've got healthcare, you've got education, you got good jobs. What percentage of people would need drugs? And then you decriminalize and treat drugs like a health issue. Treat addiction like a health. You don't, like, throwing addicts in jail is like, all right, well, let's throw a diabetic in jail because we busted him scoring insulin on the street. You know, it's that preposterous. The American Medical Association calls alcoholism and drug addiction a disease. They call it a disease. The American Medical Association does. So if the American Medical Association does, why doesn't the criminal courts back them up? So if we reverse our policing policy to not just, oh, someone's having a mental illness breakdown and they're being out of control. Oh, just send cops with guns to beat the shit out of them and shoot them. Yeah, no, let's not do that. So if we handle all of those issues in this country and stop sanctioning other countries, stop trying to, put some CIA puppet like Juan Guaido in Venezuela because they have the audacity of wanting to use their oil to better their own citizens, there wouldn't be this desire for people to come to this country because their countries would be doing well. There wouldn't be a need for people to buy drugs in this country and then actually go after sex trafficking. Don't just give it lip service, but actually arrest it, like put Les Wexner in jail and stop the sex trafficking rings. Then we could address that problem, Matt. But as I just laid out, it's complex, but there's a bunch of solutions I just laid out. Now, somebody like me will never be allowed in office in this country because this country is utterly corrupt and it's run by the 1%. And Americans have been so brainwashed into apathy and incremental centrism that they're never going to really rise up. I just don't see. I kept waiting. When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Well, get some protest. Awesome. We're going to shut down sports because of what happened to Jacob Blake. Oh, Obama's going to tell him to go back to play ball. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.